Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tete Munyao. On this day, I honor a man who was far more than a grandfather to me. For a year and a half, he was my father figure. He took care of us, guided us, protected us in every way, and showed us a true example of what integrity looks like. He lived his life with honesty, courage, and a commitment to always doing what was right, no matter the consequences. As a politician and as a man, his principles were never wavered. Mwai, you have left us so soon, and my heart is still heavy with how sudden and painful this loss feels. Yet, even in the sadness, I find comfort in knowing that you are with Shosho, and that brings me peace. Mwai always looked good and dressed well, even when he wasn't leaving the house, and he never shied away from telling us exactly how he felt about the way we dressed. And somehow, even that felt like love. Beneath his gentle strictness was a heart full of care. He was incredibly intelligent and would always listen fast, analyze everything quietly, and only then did he speak. And when he spoke, you knew it was thoughtful, honest, and true. He was a godly man in every sense. He wouldn't eat, move, or begin anything without prayer. His faith shaped our home, our family, and each one of us who had the privilege of being loved by him. I will miss him. I will miss him beyond words. I will miss being called darling. Hearing his warm voice, asking me how my physiotherapy went, and feeling the comfort of knowing he was always thinking of me. It hurts knowing those moments will never come again. But even in my grief, I remain grateful. Grateful for the love he gave, the values he lived, and the legacy he leaves behind. I promise to honor the Munyao name, to never tarnish it, and to always choose what is right regardless of the consequences. I promise to love God, to carry myself with integrity, and to live by the principles that you taught us, Mwai. Thank you for everything, and I thank God for allowing me to experience the amazing man that you are. You were taken from, but your impact will live with us forever. I love you so much, and may you continue to rest in peace. Your darling Tete.
Good afternoon. My name is Munyao, and I'll also be reading my tribute. Mwai possessed a truly pure heart. He was firm where he needed to be, but everything he did was wrapped in love. He carried a calm and gentle spirit, and I always felt an unwavering sense of safety just by being in his presence. He was very neat and organized and always carried himself with a lot of dignity. What I'll miss the most about Mwai was his sarcasm and humor. He lit up every room he was in, along with his heartfelt compliments. He simply had a way of making life feel lighter. I feel extremely fortunate and grateful for every moment God granted us with Mwai. He was very present in our lives and raised us in the most perfect way, leaving behind an immeasurable legacy of love. Mwai, though you left us so soon, I feel deep comfort knowing that the last thing I did was pray with you, and I will forever hold on to that final memory of hearing your voice. Thank you for everything, for the love you gave us so freely, and for the life you lived so beautifully. Thank you for filling our lives with warmth and for leaving behind a boundless love that will continue to unite us even in your absence. I miss you terribly already, but I know you're in a better place. I love you always. Rest in perfect peace, and say a big hello to Shosho, as I know she welcomed you with open arms in heaven. Love, your darling Jerry.
Okay, I'll read Mwende, my sister's tribute as well. Mwai, I want to begin by saying I love you and I miss you so much. These past days, I've struggled to find the right words to honor you because nothing feels big enough to say what you meant to me. I never imagined that the last time I saw you, hugged you, and sat with you would truly be my last. Our final morning together, having breakfast at the villa before I left for school again, is a moment I now hold closer than ever. I remember you telling me to keep working hard and finish school strong. You always believed in me, always encouraged me to keep going, and those words stay with me every day. You were never far from my life, always wanting to know what I was doing, how I was feeling, and what was happening in school. You cared about us so deeply. My ma was a leader his entire life, steady, wise, and graceful. Even up to the very end, you led our family with kindness. You shared so much wisdom with me and my cousins, and we will forever be grateful to have you as our grandfather. You had this incredible way of checking on everyone. You cared, and you always showed up. And of course, you were the biggest joker I knew, always ready with something funny to say. Every conversation I had with you had so much laughter, and that joy is something I will never forget. It hurts me deeply that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and that is a pain I'm still learning how to keep. But I find comfort in knowing that you're resting now peacefully and united with Shosho, just the way it has always been. I hope you knew how much I loved you, how much I still love you, and how much I will always miss you. With love, your darling Mwai.
So, I'm Consulo Lightfoot, not Consulo Munyao, but you guys know me as Zoe. And as you guys also know, I have a sister. She can't be here with us today, so I'll be reading her tribute, and then I'll highlight mine as well. Tindi. My grandfather was the kind man who stood in two worlds at the same time. To the public, he was a leader, a man who knew how to speak, influence, and move people. He took on responsibility that most people would run from, and he never hid from impact or pressure. That strength showed up in everything he touched. But the version of him that we got in the family was different and honestly better. He had a sense of humor that cracked open any room that he walked into. He was the kind of funny that wasn't forced or for show. It was real. It was sharp. It was the kind of humor that told you he understood people on a deeper level. The thing I respect the most, and I won't sugarcoat it, was how deeply he loved my grandmother. Not everyone gets to witness a love that strong. The way he carried her, protected her, laughed, and stayed devoted until the end says everything about the kind of man he was. Their bond wasn't perfect, but it was real and unbreakable. And the truth is, they were the kind of couple that makes you believe loyalty still exists today. He led communities, but also he led a family. He influenced politics, but he also influenced who we became as people. He wasn't just respected, he earned that respect. He stood by his beliefs. He didn't back down from a challenge, and he didn't need to pretend to be someone he wasn't. He wasn't a quiet background character in life. He was a presence, a force, someone who knew how to command a room and someone who knew how to soften when he was with the people he loved the most. We didn't just lose a grandfather, we lost a man who shaped our family's story. We lost a man who loved fiercely, fought for what he believed in, and who showed us strength and humor can exist in the same person. His legacy isn't just memories, it's an example he left behind. His story doesn't end here, it continues in every one of us who were changed by knowing him. So I'm just going to read the third paragraph from my tribute. I was fortunate to spend time living with him and Soso when I was young, and the countless summers at the villa. I'm so thankful for those moments, and I'd be a different person without them. I think this portion of my tribute really means the most to me. I was lucky to spend some formative years with my grandfather, and also countless summers. And those years are very important, right? And I feel so lucky to have been able to spend them with him, my grandmother. And I think about that quite a lot now that they're both gone. And over the last few months, I was thinking about Mwai quite a lot. I was trying to come back and see him. That was one of the main things on my mind, but then I was also thinking about his role in my life, my cousin's life, my sister, and thinking about the kind of grandfather that he was, right? And I'm really grateful that I had someone in my life that truly loved me and had a strong relationship with me, even though I wasn't here all the time. And also I'm grateful that I was able to have a grandfather that had a personal relationship with me. And I'll never forget that. So yeah, thank you, and rest well, Mwai, and I'll forever miss you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Motete. If I never visited, I felt strange. Now that they're both gone, all I can think about is how I don't have that anymore. As one of his grandchildren, I was spoiled with lots of love, care, and affection, something we can all say we received from him, and I am forever grateful. After Shusho's passing, I tried my best to be there for him. I would always go for sleepovers whenever I could, where we would watch all kinds of shows until eventually he fell asleep on the chair, though even then he would still refuse to go to bed, claiming he wasn't really asleep. Every time I visited Villa, he would always tell me I looked smart and beautiful, and on the days I would tell him how smart he looked himself, and he would laugh and say he did it to look like me, even though I would have showed up in pajamas. Little moments like these always made me feel so close and special to him. Whenever we left the house together, I would always walk beside him, holding his hand. He would tell me how safer he felt with me and call me his personal bodyguard. One of my favorite things to do with him was to go on walks around Villa. Sometimes he would jokingly increase the light side, and that would always leave us both laughing. Now that he is no longer with us, I am grateful to have so many cherishable moments to hold on to. I will miss hearing his voice calling me darling, and I don't know what comes next, but I do know he's in a better place reunited with Shosho. I love you so, so much, and thank you for everything, Mwai.